Android 13 official is finally here for Pixel phones, and there appears only to be one bug. Actually, there's probably a few more, but the one that people are talking about and it might actually impact you is it seems like wireless charging is having an issue working for some people. So if wireless charging was working before, and then you try to use it now, some people are reporting that it's not working. Or here's what's happening, at least from what I've read, is it's registering that there is a connection. Like it's showing, the icon is popping up, but the phone is not actually charging. So yeah, you might want to check your phone to see if that's happening, especially if it's giving you the charging indicator or some sort of indicator is popping up that there is a connection that's been made wirelessly. Unless you're a Pixel 6a owner, in which case you don't have anything to worry about because there is no wireless charging. Anyway, just a little Pixel humor there. So yeah, the Android 13 official rollout, it started, and of course it wouldn't be a Google rollout for Google Pixel phones if there wasn't at least one problem, right? I don't think this is the end of the world. I mean, personally, I don't really use wireless charging, so I'm not going to say that my issue or my lack of issue is not an issue for you. Some people use it religiously. I know some people that are very, very harsh or have been harsh about the Pixel 6a for not having wireless charging. So it is something that I realize that people rely upon. And if this is you, hopefully it's still working for your phone. And this also presents another issue because, I don't know if this is something substantial enough that somebody would want to roll back to Android 12, but if you have a Pixel 6 phone with the Tensor chip, you can't roll back to 12. This is permanent. And I made a video about this the other day. They updated the rollback drivers and they updated the runtime stuff, if I'm using the right word, and basically you cannot go back. You're stuck with Android 13. So if you updated to it, and that's why when I made the video the other day, I said, hey, if your Android 12 phone is working fine, maybe give it a couple of weeks and see if there are any bugs, because I don't know of very many updates that we've had with the Pixel 6 since it's come out that hasn't had any bugs. So again, I know that not all the Pixel phones that are supporting Android 13 have wireless charging. If it doesn't, then you should probably be fine. I have had a couple people also have mentioned to me that it's messed up their fingerprint sensor, whereas their fingerprint sensor was working perfectly fine before. And the most confusing and odd thing is that it was working fine with the last beta, which just required like a 20, 40, 50 megabyte update to roll over to the official, which then created problems. I actually have one unique issue with my Pixel 6 Pro. So this is only my Pixel 6 Pro. The haptic feedback, as you know, they messed with it a couple of months ago on the Pixel 6 phones, and they kind of changed the algorithm and how it was vibrating, all that stuff. Well, that created some problems, and it never quite went back to how it originally was. And originally, I gotta say, the Pixel 6 Pro had probably the best typing experience of the year, at least not tied for it. Like, it was right neck and neck with the S22 Ultra. Ever since the official update, I got mine yesterday, my haptic feedback has been all sorts of wonky. And what I mean by that, that's actually a technical term. When I'm typing, it's having sporadic responses from the haptic feedback motor. So as I'm typing, it might just shoot up and be really intense. It feels kind of bouncy, kind of extra echoey as far as the vibration inside of the phone. It doesn't feel right. Like, it doesn't feel right, and it just changes the intensity all over the place. It could be light, then it's really intense, and light, really intense. It just makes no sense. And I don't know how they managed to do that, because it was working perfectly fine. As we remember, and I mentioned a second ago, they changed it a few months ago. I think it was April or March when they messed it up. Then they fixed it. They kind of changed it back. It was about 90% the way it was. Now it's really bad. So I don't know if anybody else has experienced this with their Pixel 6 Pro. It's fine on the Pixel 6a. I've been typing along on it just fine. It's just as great as ever. The Pixel 6 seems to be okay. Really, it's just the Pixel 6 Pro. I don't know what they did to it, but my haptic feedback is terrible now. It's so bad I don't even want to type on it. Like, I'm about to disable it and hope that at some point in time they fix that. So I'm sure there are some onesies and twosies here and there that might be impacting people on a different level. And unfortunately, if you've got a Pixel 6 phone, you can't roll back. But I wouldn't roll back to Android 12 personally just for this issue. I would just turn the haptic feedback off. Or if you're using wireless charging as a primary means, at least you can still do the wired charging. And this is in no way making an excuse for Google. I don't know why they can't get this stuff right. Like, it's it's just a little stuff. Like, it's little stuff. Like, these are not any particular bugs that are catastrophic that would kill the phone and make it inoperable. It's not like back in December when we had people who were just losing signal and couldn't make phone calls and send messages and couldn't access the internet. That was serious. That was serious. This is not quite on the same level of serious, but seriously, Like, seriously, please. I wish that they would quit doing this stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to come here and let you guys know if you're experiencing any stuff, hopefully it gets rectified quickly. And I have had some people who've been telling me that their battery life is not as good and that they've been still having some heating problems, or where they didn't have heating problems or battery issues, they're having them now. I just want to frame this. And I talked about this in 2 other videos specifically to try and cut some of this off. When you get a new operating system, basically we're going from Android 12 to Android 13, there are a lot of substantial changes going on in the background. Give it about 4 or 5 days, just like when you first got the phone, or if you do a factory reset and set it back up, it has to get everything recalibrated, get everything back up to speed, learn. It's not like you're just doing a software patch. Like, it's a substantial upgrade going from Android 12 to Android 13. Some people 1-2 gigabyte file drops that needed to be installed. And some people even had to have that big substantial 2 gigabyte Android update, Android 12, before going to Android 13. So if you're experiencing heat or battery related issues, give it up to a week. I wouldn't worry about it too much right now. And it's funny because some people are instantly like, oh, my battery life's gotten better and no more heat issues. And then I have some people saying, oh, my heat and battery issues, I didn't have them before, now I do. Give it a couple days, let it simmer down. I think it will be okay. This is pretty common, especially with Android phones when you get a big substantial update. And even iPhone is not immune. Right now I'm using the developer beta on mine. Holy cow. It's actually made my battery health. I had battery health at like 100%. It's taken 6 to 8% off my overall battery health just using the developer beta in the last 2 months. And that's using the phone sparingly. And also the battery life is terrible. My phone gets hot. It never did that before. So software can definitely influence some of these things. Software can create some problems where they weren't before. So just give it a couple of days. And then if it's been about 5 days or so and you're still having those problems, it might be something that is there to stay until we get another update. I can imagine we'll probably get another update as soon as September gets here, unless they ghost us like they did with the August update, and then they came out 2.5 weeks later and dropped Android 13. I mean, they can't very well drop Android 14 in the first week of September, but you know what I mean. We should still be getting the patch then. I'm sure there's going to be some fixes. But it is a little frustrating, a little head-scratching, because the Android 13 beta, the last beta before they went to the official, was so good. It had the least reported amount of problems. It was very smooth, and it was great for a lot of people. So it's kind of confusing and also a little frustrating looking at the new Android 13 official launch. And even my phone, it only required, I think it was, I can't remember the size, but it was maybe like a 50 megabyte update max. Like max. There was very, very little that was actually changed. So to be experiencing some problems from such a minor change for some people, I don't get it. But again, it's software, it's Google. Supposedly they're experts. Maybe they can Google a solution and find out what the problem is. Anyway, just a little humor there. So that's all I've got. Just want to make you aware. Really the only big thing that's been reported, it's at least widely, is the failure to do wireless charging. And then also some people have reported the fingerprint sensor issue. Now I would say with the fingerprint sensor, try unregistering your fingerprints, turn the phone off, turn it back on, try and re-register them. If that doesn't work, then it's probably something that's going to have to be fixed on Google's end. Of course, you can use the PIN, you can use the password. 15-year ago technology. So again, hopefully they'll get this stuff fixed soon. Hopefully this is only affecting a very, 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 very small number of people. I truly hope so. I haven't encountered a lot of people that have been saying it's been problematic. Again, like I said before, most people that are using Android 13 have said it's been substantially better, noticeable improvement, overall better experience than they have with Android 12. And that's what I hope for pretty much everybody. And once they get everything wrapped up, I mean, they basically have to, because, well, the Pixel 7 is right around the corner. So then they can quit using Pixel 6 folks as guinea pigs and get their affairs in order. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you're having any issues, if you're having issues other than those I've reported, then please sign off in the comment section. I'd like to be aware of those. And if you enjoyed the video, if you found this helpful, if you like these kind of videos, then please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.